Hey guys, Nighthawk Reviewer. Just got done watching the new Justice League movie. I gotta admit, this was definitely a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. It wasn't as, trying to think of a better word than dark. And by that I mean insanely shadowy. I mean, hate to say it, but after I watched the whole Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, I gotta admit I was kind of leery of this one, but this one was worth it. I mean, yeah, it still kind of had its shadowy bits, but not as bad as not as bad as the Man of Steel ones. So this one was definitely worth a watch. I mean, if I remember correctly, this one was directed by Joss Whedon. Sorry for saying it that way the first time. But this is worth a watch, I gotta admit. I was kind of leery at first, but the way they all do a good job. And at first, I will say this, whenever we first see Superman and kind of the whole flashback kind of thing, and the flashback there's like one or two little flashbacks to him in the beginning. I won't say anything else beyond that with Superman in this. But you could definitely tell there was a little bit of iffy things on the CGI with him. But all in all, this was a good movie, I gotta admit. I mean, this had Joss Whedon's signature all over it, with a touch of the Zack Snyder, since he was on it at first. But with Joss Whedon doing this was perfect. This was beautiful. And I'll be honest, Joss Whedon always does a pretty good job with a lot of his films. I mean, he did a good job with Avengers, and the fact that he did both Avengers and Justice League, that says a lot. And I'll admit that in the theater tonight, I was one of those people that I did kind of speak out on a few things. That's on me. I know I was kind of that person tonight, but this movie was that good. I mean, the way they did Aquaman, the way that they did Cyborg, and a lot of other things. I mean, this is worth a good watch. And I'll admit, if I had to give this a rating tonight, I would give this a solid 9 out of 10. That's how good this movie is. The only drawback that I really kind of had about it was kind of the CGI in it. I mean, yeah, the CGI kind of had to be there, but there were a few parts where the CGI was kind of debatable. But the way they do this story this time with DC, it was good. It was worth it. And after watching a lot of those other movies, I mean, I saw Suicide Squad, I saw Batman vs Superman, I saw Man of Steel, and I'll admit I'll do a review on those later. But everything in this movie, I mean, it did kind of tie all the other three movies kind of together, but it made it its own separate thing. Finally bringing the team together like this. I mean, yeah, they did it a rush job on everything, but this was worth it. I would definitely see this movie. Definitely go see Justice League Part 1. And yeah, I'm putting it that way because if I remember correctly, that's kind of how they put it in the timeline anyways, is Justice League Part 1. And with the way that this movie ended, again, I won't go into spoilers on this, it is definitely a very good setup, at the very least, for a Justice League 2 down the road. And this is definitely one of those movies that it definitely ties everything together. And if DC can keep on this track, then they will get a good franchise going. If they can keep movies like this coming out. So if people who watch this, and I admit this is kind of my first real review of doing this, because I admit I did try to do this before, but I had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of things to figure out. But this is my first movie real review. I really want to try to get this going. So as long as so having said all of that, if DC and WB can do movies like this with all the other movies I want to do, I mean, The Flash, Cyborg, even the second Wonder Woman movie, and even the Batman movie that they're supposed to be working on, and I hope that it is Ben Affleck that's still Batman and is going to direct it, because I'm sorry, but Ben Affleck in this, he does a really good job. Ben Affleck does a good job. Gal Gadot does a good job, and I forget the guy's name who plays the Flash, so I apologize for that. But at first, when I saw the ads, I was kind of leery of it, but at the same time, I'm not a big fan of the Flash. But the way they do the Flash in this one, holy crap, was it perfect. I mean, I was willing to give him a chance. I was kind of leery, but I still gave him a chance. And he does a good job in this. They actually portray the Flash the way I've always kind of seen that he was supposed to be portrayed. And this one does it perfectly. So, yeah, I've already kind of given my rating. It's a solid 9 out of 10. Now, for a 10 out of... Now, I will say this. This is my first review doing this, like I said. But this is a movie that is worth a watch. Definitely go spend... I know the theater I went to, I spent about maybe a little over $10 for the ticket, and that was worth it. So I strongly recommend seeing this, and see it in IMAX or digital format in any place you can. So, like I said, Justice League, definitely worth a watch. It's perfectly done. Solid 9 out of 10. The only drawback was the CGI. For me, that was the only drawback, but I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys will give me a chance on this, on kind of the revamping of this channel. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good night. Nighthawk out.